Hello and welcome. The World Economic Forum's annual meeting has officially begun this Tuesday. And I have with me the CEO of Wipro, Abidali Neemuchwala. Thanks very much for speaking to us here at Bloomberg Quint. It's a really cold day today. I think Gurvinder told us it's minus 13, minus 14. I could claim that some icy winds are going through the IT sector at this point in time as well.
So it is true that it's very cold, and thank you for having me on this show.
A delight.
Times are very interesting, not only for the IT industry, for businesses in general.
Well, I think specifically for the IT industry, it's been a tough couple of years.
Yes.
I think all kinds of questions, Mr. Neemuchwala, have come up, right? Whether our industry, which was typically an outsourcing-based industry, has managed to get ahead of the curve in what's going on with digital. The visa issue is an ongoing issue. Every now and then you have some political development. Now it's Mr. Trump that raises it and sort of creates a scare. Currency is always a factor. This year looks tougher because of Brexit as well. So would you say it's going to be an exceptionally challenging year?
No, I wouldn't say that it's going to be an exceptionally challenging year. As an industry, I think we've learned to deal with uncertainties. At Wipro, last couple of years with our exposure in oil and gas, we've learned to deal with the oil prices and be able to offer to our customers solutions which help them tide over some of these economic uncertainties. So I think, it's always going to be very competitive. We need to keep our eyes open, be very responsive to socio-economic and external factors. But I think there are opportunities everywhere that we see.
Okay, you've yet to announce your quarterly earnings, so I
Yes.
can imagine that you can't give us too much detail. But this was a quarter in which, Infosys cut guidance, TCS cut salaries. How long do you think the headwinds will continue for Indian IT?
So, as you rightly said, we are in the silent period, but from a broader basis, the industry is undergoing a fundamental transformation. And while the transformation is ongoing, there will be some tough times and there will be need to make bold decisions. We at Wipro believe that the future belongs to the bold, and we've taken some bold decisions in terms of the acquisitions we've done in the area of digital, in the area of design, in the area of cloud.
But these have still been smaller sized acquisitions.
Absolutely.
So when you say bold, what do you mean by bold decisions?
So by bold, what we mean is there are certain skills that we will need in the future, capabilities that we will need in the future. Some of them we have or are adjacent to what we've been doing. For example, we've been doing waterfall method of development and we need to move to agile or DevOps. That is something we can retrain our people and do it. But there are certain skills like creative design. I don't think, while engineers can be exposed to design, they cannot become creative designers. And that is where we need to go out and acquire those skills. And that takes a different way of working compared to what we have been historically working. And for that, you need to be bold. You need to go out and acquire. The acquisition is not about volumes. We can scale up. We acquired DesignNet about a year back, a little over a year back. It had 300 creative designers. Today, I have 500 creative designers in DesignNet. So we know how to scale, but we didn't know how to start a creative shop, and that is why the acquisition was a bold move for us. Those people are very different. They are nothing like the 170,000 engineers I have globally in Wipro.
I understand that. But when you say, I know you've been big on buyouts for a while, but when will those buyouts get big, if at all, ever? Or do you believe, and I think this has been an ongoing thing with Wipro, right? Mr. Premji used to tell me what string of pearls strategy.
Yes.
So I was wondering whether you intend to continue that, or
Absolutely.
you think that the next big thing will be to buy big?
No, we don't want to buy big because of two reasons. One is we don't want to buy for revenues and growth.
Okay.
And we don't want to buy because acquisition integration should not be underestimated. And when you buy big, the challenges of integrating are also bigger. So we will continue with our strategy of the string of pearls acquisitions.
Okay, in previous interviews, you've said that it will take you up to 2018 to come up with industry-beating growth. Do you still maintain that? Do you think that horizon will get pushed out if this year offers newer headwinds in terms of what President Trump might do, or what Brexit might throw up, or what might happen to, commodity prices globally?
So I feel very comfortable about the future of Wipro, especially executing on our strategy of the ambition 15 by 20 that we have outlined. Now, industry leading growth is a relative term, as you very well understand. So, some of these headwinds are equally across the industry. So I do believe that, especially for Wipro, the execution of our strategy has been very good across digital, across cloud, across
localization. So you're maintaining
localization.
March 2018, is
absolutely.
it? Or 2018 rather?
2018.
Okay. One quick question on, I think, and I know you can't talk about this quarter, but do you think that Q3 and Q4 will do better than the first half of the year? Are the prospects with every quarter looking better?
I can't talk about that, as you know, Minika, but I think in the long run there are opportunities in the market, and as long as we have the right solutions for those opportunities, our strategy is relevant to our customers, which I see it is. We do see that there is a lot of opportunity for growth.
Okay, a final question. What are you expecting from President Trump?
I think it'll be overall good for business. Some of the
Really?
announcements that we have seen for specific industries, there will be certain headwinds, as you rightly pointed out. For the Indian IT industry, we will have
What
to
impact
navigate.
will it have on the Indian IT industry, on your company?
So for the industry in general and for the company, we've been preparing for it. So this has not come as a surprise. The H-1B visa regulation has been there for about 8 to 9 years in some shape or form, which has never got passed. The probability of it passing now is higher. In the meantime, for example, for Wipro, we've already invested just in the last year $1 billion in the US. We've hired large number of people over there from the campuses. So we have localized very significantly. So as the time has progressed, if you compare to about 2008 or 2009, today the ability of Wipro and the IT industry in general to take the shock of any visa regulation changes or the cost changes in visa is much better than earlier. Even the visa fee has been increasing historically, and we've absorbed that as an industry. So I think the industry is quite robust.
What would the level or percentage of localization be now for your company or across the industry?
So I think about the Indian IT industry has about 100,000 plus local employees within the US. I don't think Wipro or individual companies publish those numbers.
Yeah, but is that a significant portion of the total amount
No,
of effort you all put into the US
manpower? It is, and it is getting
so what, it would
bigger
be
and
30,
bigger.
40%, 50%?
And it is limited only by the amount of people, the number of people. We go to campuses, and we would wish to hire a larger number. But we're also working very closely with some of the social organizations, educational institutes, to enable STEM education and excite young people, especially in the US and UK, to take STEM and computer science and engineering as a career option. Because if we can get students from campuses over there, our need to take people from overseas goes down. But I also want to not emphasize the point that US has benefited significantly because of global talent.
Right.
And a level of global talent coming in for driving innovation, for driving diversity is good for the economy, and it is good for business as well.
All right, you have a good quarter, sir. Thank you very much for speaking with us here in Davos.
Thank you, Menka, for having me on the program.